Hello guys, welcome to Online Web Tutor presented by Wordpress Solutions team. I am Sanjay. From this video session guys, we are going to learn a new concept of WordPress, something called WordPress core concept about Ajax. This is one of the most important questions actually interviewer ask from any candidate for any company. Okay, so basically we are going to learn about what is the difference between WP Ajax and WP Ajax no prev. Okay, we are going to make a simple plugin. By the help of that plugin, actually we will learn about this concept. Okay, so just I'm going to back to editor. So basically guys, this is a simple plugin that we have made. Okay, something called OWT Ajax. These are sample descriptions that I have provided called this is a simple plugin used to demonstrate about Ajax request in WordPress. Okay, and this is our plugin URI. Author should be Online Web Tutor, and now this is author URI. Okay, and finally we have written some sort of code. As you can see, we have used a method called add sort code. This is a WordPress function. This function actually takes some of the parameters from us. First parameter, it will be the sort code. Okay, and next it will be the callback function. So this is the callback function. Right here we have defined that function. Okay, so inside this function we have used the PHP functions called ob start, ob get contents, and ob clean. These are called buffer functions of PHP. Okay, so by the help of that buffer we have include a file called owtajax page view.php. This is the page that we have created inside views folder right here. Okay, and now finally we have echoed that template. Okay, so this is the callback function for this sort code. So just scroll down. Finally we have made another function which basically includes a jQuery file. Okay, so by the help of inbuilt feature of WordPress called WP Increase script, this is another function of WordPress. By the help of this WordPress function we have included the inbuilt jQuery file. Okay, so this is another action hook we have attached to call this callback function. So these are the simple steps guys so far that we did inside this plugin. Okay, so if you go to folder structure, so this is the simple folder structure that we have made for this plugin called OWT Ajax. This is the main plugin file what we have seen so far, and this is views folder. Inside this views folder we have created that file. Okay, so if we open this file to our NetBeans editor, so this is the file. Okay, so this is the simple layout that we did called h3. Within h3 tag we have written a simple statement called welcome to online Ajax view. Okay, and this is a simple button. So we want that by clicking on this button we want to fetch all the posts from our DB, means from our database. Okay, but we will get all that post by the help of Ajax. Okay, so how can we actually handle the Ajax request in WordPress? We will see in two views. First view we can see about WP Ajax, and by the help of same concept called WP Ajax no prev we will see the difference between these two. Many times I have seen guys that interviewer mainly ask by many students that what is the difference between WP Ajax and WP Ajax no prev. Okay, so basically I thought that why should not I discuss this question to our YouTube channel video. Okay, so that's why that I have made this video session. Okay, so just back to editor. So basically guys, these are the two files that we have created. If you go to administrator panel, so if you go to the plugin section, okay, so inside this plugin section guys, this is the plugin that we have made. Okay, and finally we have activated that. Okay, so basically a sort code that we have made inside our main plugin file. This is a sort code. Just I'm going to copy, go to administrator panel, just I'm going to click on pages section by creating a new page called OWT Ajax. Click on edit, and inside this file guys, inside this page I have pasted that sort code that we have made. Okay, so if we click on update, by updating this page, if you go to front-end section, now this is the front-end view. Okay, called welcome to online Ajax view, and this is the button that we have made. Okay, so these are the things guys that we have developed so far inside this plugin. So next we have to do that when we click on this button we want to fetch all the posts that we have created inside this post section. Okay, so basically we have created several posts inside our post section. Okay, so we want to retrieve all these things. So just back to editor. So this is the button click. Okay, so we want to handle this button. So just I'm going to copy. Let's say that jQuery dot, or let's say that this is the ID of our button. Finally let's on. When we click on the button, so we have to make an anonymous function to handle that. Okay, so inside this function, inside this click event listener, we are going to attach our Ajax request. Okay, so jQuery.post. So inside this post method, guys, we have to pass some of the parameters. Okay, so basically we have made a Ajax URL. Okay, this will return something called admin.ajax.php. Okay, so just I'm to copy and pass inside this post as the first parameter. In the second parameter, we have to pass some of the parameters. Okay, so what are those parameters? So let's say where form data, or let's say post data. Okay, so this is the data that we are going to pass inside this Ajax request. Okay, so first parameter I would like to define called action. Okay, so let's say OWT Ajax leave. Okay, so this is action name, and second parameter I want to attach called param. Okay, so let's say get all posts. Okay, so basically we have made two parameters for this post data. First parameter is called action and the second parameter is called param. Okay, so just I want to copy this and pass inside the second argument of this post method. Okay, in the third parameter we're going to pass a callback function. Okay, this is the function actually basically takes the response from the server. Okay, so this is the response variable. Actually we get our response to this variable. Okay, so just I want to copy, let's say console.log and response. Okay, so finally we need to handle this request. Just back to main plugin file. This is the main plugin file that we have made. Okay, so now inside this file we have to handle that Ajax request, okay, which we have fired from this file. Okay, so basically we are going to use called add action, and we have an action called hook called WP Ajax, and right here we have to pass our action name. Basically we have to pass our action name. Okay, so in this file we have made our action called OWT Ajax leave. Okay, so just I'm going to copy and pass right here inside. Okay, so just remove curly pairs, and second parameter we have to pass the callback function. Okay, so let's say OWT leave called Ajax handler function. Okay, so next we have to define this callback function. Okay, so let's say function, this is the function name. So inside this function we are going to handle our Ajax request. Okay, so first of all let's actually get this param value. Okay, first we have to retrieve this param value. Okay, so just copy that, go to your callback function, let's say param equal to it set request. This is param, so if it is set, so just copy, pass, either it should be empty. Okay, so just remove extra semicolon. So let me check that. If not empty means param, if param has some value, okay, obviously we have passed that value. Okay, so just copy that. If not empty, if it means that if param equal to called get all post. Okay, so by getting this parameter, by getting this param, we are going to retrieve all the posts from our DB. Okay, so basically we have created several posts inside here. Okay, so basically we have a function of WordPress. Basically that function gives you all the posts from your WordPress database. Okay, so basically that function is something called get posts. Okay, so inside this function, guys, we have to pass some of the parameters according to our requirement, according to our need. Okay, so basically let's pass a variable. That variable actually stores all the posts this function actually returns. Okay, so inside this function let's pass some of the parameters. So inside this array, the first parameter is something called post type. Okay, so we want that post type should be post, because as we know, guys, that WordPress has many default post type called page, called post, and many more. Okay, so we want to retrieve the post. Actually post type has type post. Okay, and the post status, let's say post status should be in published state. Okay, so basically these are the two parameters that we have passed inside this function. Okay, this function will take all the values from our DB and store inside this variable. Okay, so if I let's say print r, and finally we have to use a WordPress function called WP die. Okay, to end our Ajax request. Okay, so this is the function that we have made, and this is the handler function also we have made by using called WP Ajax. So if you go to administrator panel, just go there, and now this is the front end. Okay, so when we click on this button, actually this function will fire. Okay, it will make an Ajax request. So basically by getting these parameters we handled over there. Okay, and it will give you all the posts that we have created. Okay, so just back to there, and let's inspect first. So basically when we click on that button, just go to console, clear out first. If we click on this button, so basically these are the posts guys that we get from our database. If you go to network section, this is called admin Ajax that we have fired. Okay, click on that file, and basically this is the response that we got. Okay, scroll down. These are the parameters as we can see called action. This is OWT Ajax leave and param get all posts. These are the two parameters that we have fired from our Ajax request from this file. Okay, so by getting these parameters, actually our database has responded by these values. Okay, so these are the posts guys that we actually fetched from our database, okay, or our WordPress post. So basically this is not the first option to get all the posts from our WP post table. Okay, so we have multiple options for that. So if we comment that, we have another option. So let's declare a global variable. So let's say global WPDB. Okay, so by the help of this global instance, actually we can make a request to our WP list table, WP post table, and we will get all the data from that table. Okay, so let's say WPDB get results, and also let's say WPDB prepare method. Okay, so by the help of these two methods guys, we are going to make our custom SQL query. Okay, so let's say select asterisk from, let's say WPDB prefix called post table. Okay, where let's say post type equal to some placeholder and post status something placeholder. Okay, so inside these placeholders we have to pass some of the values. The first value should be something called post type equal to called post. Okay, and the second parameter we have to pass called post status, and the post status should be publish status. Okay, so this should be publish. Okay, so by passing these two parameters guys, we actually just copy this all post. We are going to store all the posts inside this variable. Okay, and finally if we make call print r, just save this file, go to browser, reload this page. Once we click on this button, so first we have to clear the console, click on this button. Now as we can see that these all posts we have retrieved from our WP post table. Okay, so basically guys, this is the second way to make our Ajax request, not Ajax request to get the data. Okay, so this is the second way to get all the data from our WP list table. So if you go to our browser, so this is the console. Actually we got all the output. If you go to network section, so this is admin Ajax we have fired. Okay, so inside response section guys, we can see that these all posts we have retrieved from our database. Okay, so just I'm going to copy this URL. Let me open our incognito window. Okay, this is the private window. Just I'm going to enter. So currently we are not logged in. So basically in this browser, as we can see that we are logged in as from our admin user role. Okay, so basically if we have opened this browser, this is a private window, and now right now we are not logged in. Okay, so if we click on this button, so just not page source, if we inspect that, let me click on that button. Okay, so first of all go to console, clear out all these things, let's click on this button. So this is the bad request guys error that we can see inside this console. Okay, this is the bad request called 400 HTTP code. This is the error we get actually by the help of called admin ajax.php file. Okay, because this error actually we will get because we are not logged in. Okay, so this is unauthenticated request by the user. In WordPress guys, this response actually refers that this is invalid request. Okay, so how can we actually handle this request? How can we complete all Ajax requests that we have made? As we can see that in our another browser it is running fine. So what will happen to this browser? Why it is not running? So simple answer is that we are currently logged in to this browser, and inside this browser we are not logged in. So how can we handle our Ajax requests inside these two browsers? Okay, so basically guys, to handle this type of situation we have to define our Ajax request in two situations. Okay, so basically just I'm going to copy and paste, and this is called WP Ajax. Okay, and this is our action name. So just cut this action name. So we have to add called no prev. Okay, and now we have to pass our action name. Okay, so this is action and this is WP Ajax no pre for unauthenticated request. Means if the user is not logged in, then our Ajax request still works. Okay, and this is for the currently logged in users. Okay, so if we save this file, go to your incognito window, refresh this page, and now if we click on this button, as we can see that our Ajax request is working fine. If you go to network section, this is our admin ajax.php file, and now as we can see that inside response section we will get all the output that we have actually fetched from our WP post table. So basically guys, by the help of this video session, actually we can make our understanding about WP Ajax and WP Ajax no priv. So basically WP Ajax works when the user is currently logged in, but when user is not logged in, then how can we handle our Ajax request? So basically by the help of WP Ajax no priv, we can make request our Ajax and complete it also. If we will not use this type of situation, then it will give you the error called 400 bad request. It means that invalid request or unauthenticated request. Okay, so this is the simple demonstration guys, that how can we handle our WP Ajax and WP Ajax no priv in case of user logged in or user not logged in. Okay, so I will commit all these code what we have seen so far inside this plugin. I will commit all these codes to our GitHub repository, and also I will drop that link inside video description. You can download this code from there. Okay, so if you have any doubt in this video session guys, then please drop your comment. I will give my reply as soon as possible. So for this video session guys, thank you for watching. Have a great day.